Hello, my beautiful collective. This is just going to be a general collective reading. As always, take what resonates and leave the rest. And remember that this is a general reading. So if it doesn't resonate for you, go ahead and check out some of my other videos. There's sure to be something that pings you if you were called to my channel. So let's get started. What does this collective most need to hear right now? I'm tuning into your guides, your unseen supports. What do they want you to know right now? What do you most need to hear? Ooh, we're all tied up. Journey. The temple path. Patience. You may be feeling, or you may have this inner calling, inner knowing that you are meant for something great, like you have a divine purpose. You may be really committed to your spiritual journey. You may feel like you have a lot to bring the world, like you want to help others, like you have soul gifts you want to uncover. But I'm getting that you feel all tied up. You feel stuck. Like, when is this going to happen? How many more initiations do I have to go through before I see a big shift, before I'm able to step into my purpose? And looking at this card right now, it's speaking on being at a standstill, like having your bags packed, ready to go, ready to set forth on this magical adventure. Step into your magic, step into your power, into your purpose, but you're not going anywhere yet. Broken heart. This could have you feeling really, really heartbroken. This longing for this feels really strong, and because it's not coming into fruition, it's like you've felt the call for so long, and as it just keeps not happening, not manifesting, it's like your heart is just getting progressively more broken as time goes on, to the point where it has multiple cracks and a tear dripping out of the bottom. And it's looking like it's like glazed over and hardened. We do have patience coming out. I know that's not what you want to hear. I can hear you say, how much more patient can I be? I don't want to hear about patience anymore. I want to be on my path. I hear you. I've been there. I have been in that heartbreak. attachment. She's attached to her mask. She feels chained up. It's like you want to step into this new reality, but you're in some way attached to this mask you're wearing. It's like maybe you don't feel, maybe there's a bit of like imposter syndrome going on here, like you want to be on that path, but at the same time you're still wearing a mask of like hiding your true nature. Maybe you don't feel worthy or good enough to come out with like the way you feel inside, like your real beliefs. It's like this, spiritual energy inside of you is like bubbling and bursting at the seams, yet you still have a mask on. Contract. Rest and rejuvenation. Goddess of the moon. Sixth chakra. Archangel Metatron. What is this contract? I'm really being drawn to this blindfold that she's wearing in this contract card. You know what I'm getting from that card is, what I'm getting is you have this idea in your mind of exactly what you will be doing once you are in purpose, once you are on mission, once you are like sharing your gifts with the world. Like you have this really firm idea of exactly what you'll be doing. But having that firm idea is limiting you. There's no room for that to expand or grow or evolve. It's like you're putting limits on yourself by having that firm idea of thinking that you know exactly how, like exactly what gifts you have to offer and exactly how that will come to be. Exactly what it's going to look like. It's like you've signed a contract of exactly what you are envisioning, like you're set on it, like it's signed in blood, like you're stuck on it. But if you look at her scales, they're off balance. You're putting limitations on yourself. You need to let go of that vision you have. Release it. Because there's so much more to your gifts that is unfolding. You're keeping yourself stuck by having this strict envision. And you may think that this vision that you have in mind is like how could it get more incredible than that? Like, this is like my perfect life. Like, this would be absolutely incredible. Like, I would feel so fulfilled. I feel so called to exactly what I'm envisioning. But that's keeping you stuck. That is limiting you. They say when you make plans, God laughs. Because you never know what is in store for you. Like, it feels like there's so much more to unfold that you don't see coming. Like, your intuition is going to strengthen so much. Your inner magic has, like, it can expand to such a greater degree. And the thing is that even when you feel like you're in purpose, finally, like you're finally putting your work out there, there's still expanding and evolving to do. The only constant is change. And the longer you're on this spiritual path, the more you will grow, the more you will evolve, the more your intuition will strengthen and evolve, and the more gifts will arise within you. Let go. Surrender. Surrender to this firm idea that you have, this firm vision that you have. Release it. You're putting limits on yourself. You will really be surprised at how quickly, once you surrender and let go of that, how quickly like new divine inspiration will just explode. And then you'll be like, okay. I mean, when you're so stuck on like one thing coming to be, you are tying yourself up. You're limiting yourself. A great example of this is, say you're trying to manifest abundance, but you're only focused on money, like dollars, money. And maybe take it even a step further, more limiting, you're focused on that money coming in through one certain door or a couple certain doors. Do you know how much that limits you? That is like you're trying to call something in, but it's like instead of having 1,000,000 doors open, you only have 2 doors open. Abundance is so much more than money. So much more. It's a feeling, it's a state of being, it's so much more than money. Like, it's just like there's so much greater unfoldings and potentials that you could be calling in, but you're fixated on these 2 doors. When there are so many resources available that are not dollar bills. Of course, everyone wants to manifest money, and money is important, but it's not the only form of abundance. It's included in that. And even with the money, like if you only have those 2 doors open, you're only focused on these 2 doors, you're closing 100 other doors to money. There's a practice that I love to do where, like in a meditative state, you are imagining, like I imagine being like surrounded, like like up, down, left, right, sideways, like all around by like infinite doors, like just all these doors. Doors to abundance, just period. Abundance, not money, not this, not that, not a car, not a house, just like abundance, like feeling so fulfilled and abundant. And I let all of those doors, like you go into surrender and you allow all the doors to open. It is so freeing. Like you could think that you're meant to do one thing when you really you're meant to do something that you've never even considered. It's never even come across your mind. It could be the thing that's like the farthest thing from what you think is possible. It's like that's something that I'm not even healed from. Like that's not even in my scope of what I know or what I'm aware of, or that's like not even something that I've touched energetically or accessed for myself. Like that's not even in your wildest dreams. But 2 months from now, 6 months from now, you could have a huge perspective shift. You could have like your whole world could change. And you could learn so much about yourself through your own healing that, like, boom, what you're envisioning for yourself has just, like, done a complete 180. And you're just, like, your mind is just blown open. Don't limit yourself. Strategy is coming out. What I'm getting is to maybe journal and write down what like your hidden desires are. Like the things that you push away when they pop into your mind because you think that maybe they are too taboo or not spiritual enough or godly enough, or like something that you wouldn't even tell your best friend. Maybe like if you had a really, really close best friend, maybe. But like something that you wouldn't tell anyone. Like that deep of desires, like your wildest, darkest, deepest desires. Write them down and see how that makes you feel. What is your soul like deeply longing to experience? And furthermore, on the topic of calling in abundance and opening up to your actual wildest, truest potential and timeline, instead of focusing on calling in a specific thing, like say you want your purpose, whatever your purpose or your path amounts to, you want it to make you money. Let that go. Absolutely let that go, because it's going to keep you so hemmed up. It's going to limit your ways of thinking and your mind so drastically. I'm not saying that your purpose can't eventually make you money or turn into something that makes you money, but you may not even be able to fathom how a certain thing could possibly make you money. So by limiting like your inspirations, like maybe like you're getting flashes of inspiration, but you're writing them off because you're like, that can't make me money. Like that definitely can't be my purpose or my work in the world. Instead of focusing on specific things to call in, write down what you want to feel. Like in your wildest, most fulfilling life, what would it feel like? Would you feel financial freedom? Would you feel alive? Would you feel confident? Would you feel like your heart space is just exploding? Would you feel disciplined? Would you feel like you're on your purpose? Like what would that feel like to be on your purpose? Well, what would it feel like in your body? Like go into a sort of meditative state and imagine feeling these things in your body. What would it feel like? What would financial freedom feel like to you in your body? And focus on manifesting sensational desires, because the specific things that you think you want right now with your limited scope that is only as broad as what you've experienced to this point, the things that you could think you want, once you get there, they may not make you feel what you want to feel. So instead, calling in a sensational desire, it opens you up so much. Like if you're manifesting a life where you feel alive and financially free, like what that actually manifests as could be something that is not even in your wildest dreams. And the life that you will actually feel like true financial freedom, not just like making a lot of money. Like there are people who make so much money. Okay, I used to work in the mortgage industry and I dug into people's finances like up and down, left and right. I saw everything. And some of the people who made the highest salaries, they had the most debts. Like they were living like scraping by. Like they had so many debts and expenses, and they owned like 4, 5, 6, 7 rental properties and they were making rental income. But then they had all of these expenses like the mortgage payment, the insurance, the HOA, the this, the that, the repairs, that they were barely making any money on it. So someone from the outside who looks like they're doing incredible, they own all these properties, they own a business, they are making all of this money, like they have $1 million coming in a year, but then they have all of these business expenses to where that their net income is so low that they're not feeling financially free. And then on top of it, they have all these worries and responsibilities. They have to worry about all those properties and if their tenants are destroying them or paying their mortgage on time or insurance rates go up, you name it. That's not financial freedom. So making a lot of money does not mean you will be financially free. If you're not vibrating at the right frequency, it doesn't matter how much money is coming in, you will not experience the feeling of financial freedom. So really tune in to, what would that feel like in my body? If I was truly financially free, like I would feel relaxed, at ease, at peace. I would feel abundant. I would feel like all of my needs are met. I would feel like I don't need to worry when I'm, checking out at the grocery store. I could buy any food that I wanted, all the supplements I wanted, the skin care, the this, the that. Like I would not worry about being provided for. I would feel so free, so taken care of, so supported, so peaceful, so stable. You know, I wouldn't feel like at any moment I could lose my home because of the owners want to remodel or whatever the reason is. Or your lease is up and they don't want to renew you. Like, I would feel so stable. I would feel like my home is permanent until I choose to leave. You know, go in depth. Really think this through. Like, what are your true sensational desires? And what would that truly feel like in your body? And focus on that. Focus on journaling is a really powerful tool. A lot of people, I feel like the word journaling or the practice of journaling is just like thrown around so much that it seems like overrated or like not effective or whatever, but it is such a powerful tool. Such a powerful tool. When you're just up in your mind, like your thoughts and desires and wants and worries, they're just floating around your head. And it could become chaotic. Like it could come to a point where you can't really pinpoint one thing, and you definitely can't trace that thing to the root to figure out what you're truly feeling, or what the underlying root cause of a certain fear is or certain block. So using journaling, it's like you get that surface trigger or problem on paper, and then it's out of your mind, and you can go to the next level, next layer deeper, and then that's out of your mind. You can go to the next layer deeper, and you can trace things back to their origin, like to a fear. Like most things trace back to an underlying fear that's keeping you stuck. And get specific with it. Really dig deep. I'm getting that would be a really powerful tool for you to work through some of these blocks and limitations that you're feeling. And I'm also getting that as far as you stepping into purpose, I feel like you just need to let it go. And you need to focus on yourself and your inner magic, becoming magical. If you're attached to a mask or coming off as some certain way to others, maybe you're feeling like, ooh, yeah. Okay, this ties back to journaling through your deepest, darkest desires. If you're feeling like once you're on purpose that you need to appeal to everyone, or you need to come across, I don't know, politically correct, or in such a way to where like you're not offending anyone, or you're like appealing to the mass, you may not realize that is keeping you stuck. That is keeping you chained up, like this card here, because you're wearing a mask. Your truest purpose and like your soul truth, however it comes out to express itself, it does not give a flying F what other people think. It does not care if your aunt approves, or your mom approves, or if the people you went to high school with approve, or if you have, I don't know, a following of 200,000 or 10,000 or 500. It doesn't care. It just wants to express itself in its truest form. And it doesn't care about being politically correct, or if it's taboo or not, or if it pleases everyone. You won't, if you're living in your truth, your absolute, honest, core truth, I promise you, you will offend people, okay? There will be people who do not like you, who disagree, who are outraged by what you're doing or saying or the way you're living. In some cases, not all, but to be in your truest, authentic expression, you cannot care about appealing to the masses. You cannot. Because you won't. There's always going to be people who disagree or who have a problem with what you say. Well, you have to let that go. You have to drop the mask and unchain yourself from this idea. Really feel into your deepest, darkest desires. That's what I'm getting here. Venture into the taboo. Because you might be surprised what you find there. What feels truest to you? And when you're journaling through this, it doesn't have to be things that you can do to make money, that you could present to people, that you could share with the world. Like, what does your soul desire to feel? What does it desire to experience? In general, anything. And it doesn't have to be sexual. It can be anything, literally anything. Your deepest, darkest desires. Things that you don't want to even admit to yourself. When they pop into your mind, you shove them down. And in doing that, you are shoving down your truth. It's like your core essence is trying to like come up for air, and you're just drowning it. You're just shoving it back down underwater because that won't appeal to the masses. What else? What else? This is a juicy reading. I like this reading. Ooh. The door to personal healing and happiness is in reverse. What is that about? Maybe you have that door closed in some way. Ooh. Okay, we have 5th chakra, which is tied to your voice and higher communication, higher will. And then we have 3rd chakra, which is your power center, your truth, your empowerment, coming into your full power, which is in reverse. Yeah. You are shoving down your power in some way. What I'm getting is that by being stuck on this thought of needing to appeal to a lot of people, you're really suppressing your own power. And the doors to personal healing and happiness are closed. I'm getting that you need to work on opening your throat chakra, on reclaiming your voice and your truth. Like your soul's truth, not your ego truth, like your soul's truth, higher truth. And in order to do that, you're going to have to let go of some of these fears that are keeping you stuck. You're going to have to drop that mask. You're going to have to surrender. Singing is a really great way to Work on opening your throat chakra. If you're someone who doesn't like to sing around other people and you have a car, singing really loud in the car, or maybe when like you're on the freeway, even just letting it rip, like whatever you like, whatever noise or yell or like loud obnoxious singing that like wants to pour out of you, let it pour out. No one's gonna hear you when you're driving on the freeway, and who the F cares if someone sees you? Chances are you don't know them. Chances are they're not looking at you because they're trying not to crash on the freeway. What do we have here? We have the sun coming out in reverse. And then we have the world and man holding a coin. What is with this sun in reverse? With the world here, I'm getting that once you strip back some of these like false beliefs and fears and just kind of surrender, drop the mask, which here we have patience, okay? I know you don't want to hear patience, but that doesn't always mean that it's going to take a bunch of time. That could mean that you need to be graceful and gentle with yourself through this process. Your spiritual evolution is not just an ongoing journey, it is a lifelong journey. You will never, like, if you're committed to this path, there will never be a point where you are done evolving, where you have reached the highest state of evolvement. There's always more. There's always deeper layers, deeper healing, more expansion, more gifting that can arise from within you. So what I'm getting with this patience card is just having grace and a gentle nature and patience with yourself. Like, don't be so hard on yourself. I feel like you've been really hard on yourself. It's like with this broken heart, it comes a pressure of needing to shift out of that, needing to figure it out. Like let go of that pressure and just be gentle with yourself and embrace the journey, because just because it's a journey doesn't mean that there's nothing happening until you get to the destination. Like, there is so much happening, so much unfolding, so much happening, so much learning that is taking place. This is a lifelong journey, a lifelong journey. But once you kind of like start making these shifts, your world is like, your horizons, your world is going to get so much bigger. And it's only going to get bigger and bigger and bigger as you stay committed to this path. What I'm getting with this sun in reverse is that this could be upright. You could be flourishing. You just have to make that choice to commit to yourself, to pouring into yourself, to evolving yourself, to nourishing yourself, which means your heart, your mind, your energy. Like, when you're tired, allow yourself to rest. Putting this much pressure on yourself is really, really exhausting. It can really take a toll on you. if you make the choice to surrender and let go of that pressure and just start pouring into yourself instead of focusing on achieving a certain goal that you have like outlined in strict detail, if you just surrender and start just investing into yourself, your self-improvement, your happiness, your peace, your joy, this sun can easily be upright. And look at how much magic she's sitting in. It's beautiful. All right, any last thoughts? Blossoming abundance. How beautiful we're ending on blossoming abundance. There is so much magic pouring down from the heavens in this card. What this is speaking to me right now is just let divine grace shower over you. Give yourself grace. Let that pressure go. Nourish your garden, your inner garden, and abundance will come. You invest in yourself. You make yourself a priority. You work on elevating your self-worth by investing in yourself in every aspect, in every way. The abundance will come. It will shower down upon you like grace from the heavens. And it will feel effortless. Look how effortless that grace is falling down. You can see it. It's just like dripping divine, gentle light down into your garden, nourishing it and bringing in just effortless abundance. That is so beautiful. I hope this resonated and I hope it served you in some way. Please leave your thoughts down below. If this did resonate with you, consider liking and joining the family here, our collective of blossoming goddesses arising into their power. And stay tuned for more to come. I'm going to have some guided journeys and embodiment practices coming soon. And lots more readings, so stay tuned for that. I love you so much, and I will see you next time.